wake up and let the weirdness begin. It's the KVJ Show to start your morning. Kevin is the host, and his skin pigment is whiter than Casper the Ghost. Virginia sounds like this. Nickname Vicious Beast, so don't get her pissed. It's Jason, talks like a spaz, and he loves to talk about Bigfoot and stats. So get ready, here we go. You're listening to 97.9 with the KVJ Show.
Well, hello, happy Monday. Welcome to the KVJ Show. Did you guys have great weekends? Good stuff going on?
Yeah.
Okay.
I got a lot done.
You did? Look at you, huh?
Little house projects.
What kind of stuff did you do?
I cleaned out my garage.
Okay, wow.
And organized it.
Whoa, that's exciting.
Very exciting.
I feel like you have been working on that garage and organizing it for 4.5 years.
Well, what happens is I organize it, and then the children mess it up, and then I have to reorganize it. So it's organized for now, but there's like bicycles that belong to kids that live like 3 neighborhoods away in there. I'm like, what am I supposed to do? Hop on this bike and ride it back to this kid's house?
Nope, you sell them.
Okay, I'm going on eBay.
I'm in the market for a bike right now. I'm actually looking for a bike.
Well, this bike is actually really sweet.
Okay, let's talk.
It's black. It's like a graphite looking. It's got big mountain bike tires.
Ooh, okay.
And it's really sturdy and nice looking.
That's what you should do. You should come in here on Monday and sell all the stuff you find.
It's been in my garage for about 2 weeks, so obviously this kid doesn't miss it.
Yeah, exactly. There's got to be a limit to that, right? Everybody make some extra cash. You had a good weekend, Bird?
Yeah, it was all right.
Okay.
If it was a Rotten Tomatoes score, I'd give my weekend a 68.
Okay.
Like it was
just okay.
It was all right.
So meaning like if you were flipping through it, you wouldn't watch your weekend?
I would start watching it.
I would pick a different person's weekend.
Well, I would start watching it halfway through. I would change it to something else.
Okay. All right. Well, we got a big old Monday for you here today. Going to be doing some call 'em outs coming up a little bit later on, probably about 8 o'clock. We'll get to those. Jaybird's got a brand new product. He's going to be pitching at the Shark Tank called Hot Cubes.
Ooh.
Can't wait to find out what that's all about. About 7:40 today.
Oh, okay. Prime time?
Yeah, we're going to get to that. We also got around to Think Fast, about 7:20. So there's a lot of stuff here for your Monday on National Peanut Lovers Day. National Peanut Butter, actually, I guess it is. National Peanut Butter Lovers Day. So if you love peanut butter, today is your day.
I do.
We all do.
Okay.
Fat Kevin, you love it.
I do.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of delicious peanut butter. So
I
let's
love
get
it
going.
on vanilla ice cream.
yeah.
That's so good.
Just on bread. It's basic. You put it on anything. Put it on anything.
Put it on your lover.
Oh, I mean, yeah.
Get you going on a Monday.
That's right.
It's the KVJ Dirt of the Day. It's the KVJ Dirt of the Day. Virginia, take it away, because you know we need that Dirt of the Day.
Well, it looks like Tiger Woods is tweeting about his accident, and he said procedures were successful. He's recovering and in good spirits and has undergone more medical procedures since that first original surgery to save his legs. Remember, at first they were like, oh my gosh, if we didn't get him, he might have had to go amputation style. But now they're talking about how even more surgeries will be happening in the next few weeks.
Yeah.
And Tiger Woods was so happy yesterday. He turned on the TV to watch the PGA golfers. And I guess as a tribute, a lot of them had put on the signature red shirt and black pants that Tiger used to wear on the last day. So he said on Twitter, it's hard to explain how touching today was when I turned on the TV and saw all the red shirts. So sweet tribute by all of his golf buddies. If you didn't know, the Golden Globes were on last night. And
I didn't know, actually.
I watched a little bit of it, and it was, disjointed because, of course, a lot of the people were at home, and they were zoomed in. And I was watching it going, oh, man.
I mean, they're bad to watch anyway, these award shows, but then they're on Zoom.
It made it tricky.
Well, they started off with sound problems for the very first winner last night. Okay. Oh, there you go. That's smooth.
Seamless.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Looks like Lady Gaga got her dogs back. They were tied to a pole, Kevin. A good Samaritan found them, and they don't believe that the people that took the doggies knew they were Lady Gaga's doggies.
What a bizarre story.
I know. It just gets weirder every day. Here's a little bit of a news report.
Lady Gaga's French Bulldogs found safe days after her dog walker was shot during an armed robbery.
An unidentified woman found the dogs tied to a pole Friday night, miles away from where they were kidnapped, and returned them to this LAPD station. Gaga promised to pay $500,000 for Koji and Gustav's safe return.
Okay. The woman who found him, does she get $500,000?
Yeah, the woman is going to be getting the $500,000, they say.
I always feel like if I was to find someone that was missing, like a dead body or these dogs, I feel like the person that finds them is automatically a suspect. You call it in, you go, all right, what's going on? How'd you find the dogs?
I guess they checked her out, checked out her story, and believe her. But I mean, I'd give her a little lie detector test just to make sure.
That's always my biggest fear of finding a dead body is the police thinking I had something to do with it, and then getting all nervous during questioning.
And an update for you on the guy that deserves the $500,000, the dog walker.
Yeah.
His family has said he is receiving extraordinary care in the hospital, and doctors do expect him to make a full recovery.
That's good.
They can't possibly say thank you enough to all of those first responders and the good Samaritans that rushed to help him, because if it wasn't for those people, he might not have made it.
Yeah, they find those dog walkers. I mean, that's attempted murder charge they got.
Thank you. And that's what really, I mean, it should be about, finding the guy. They shot the guy.
Yeah.
And that's what's going on in Yo Dirt.
It's time for viral audio.
So hide your kids, hide your wife.
Double rainbow all the way across the sky.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
There was a nice touching moment where the audio did work last night at the 2021 Golden Globes. Chadwick Boseman's widow gave an acceptance speech in honor of her husband last night.
He would thank God. He would thank his parents. He would thank his ancestors for their guidance and their sacrifices. He would say something beautiful, something inspiring, something that would amplify that little voice inside of all of us that tells you you can, that tells you to keep going. And I don't have his words, but we have to take all the moments to celebrate those we love. So thank you for this opportunity to do exactly that. And honey, you keep them coming.
He was in the movie Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, which I don't know if you've seen that. I think it was on Netflix. He got Best Actor in a Drama. You know, he was a lot more than Black Panther. That guy did some amazing roles, and the depth that he had and what he did. So
It's heartbreaking to watch her talk. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it was a very touching moment. So if there was any big highlight from last night's Golden Globes to know about, I think that was probably the most important one, is the widow of Chadwick Boseman last night accepting his award for him.
Want to see what Virginia looks like on camera? And Kevin and Jason? YouTube.com/KVJ Show.
What are you thinking about? What are you thinking about? What's on your mind? Are you thinking about? What are you thinking about?
What you thinking about, Jay Bird?
Everything I'm thinking about today has to do with KVJ Nation.
Okay.
So, first of all, I want to give a huge shout out to everybody who's recommending me things to watch. They recommended me watch that thing on Netflix, that Cecil Hotel.
Okay.
It's a mystery. It's a really crazy story.
Seen a preview on that. Looks cool.
It is. It's only 4 episodes, so it's not too long of a ride.
Yeah.
A lot of people recommended that. And people really said, Bird, stay with Ozark, watch and finish season 3. You're not going to be disappointed. And I did. And boy, oh boy, what an ending on season 3. Holy crud.
It's kind of like okay, all right. I guess that's where we're going with that, huh?
So if people are looking for a cool show to watch, I do recommend an Ozark or that Cecil Hotel thing. So thank you for the recommendations. And then I put up a question yesterday on our Facebook page. I said, you were just sentenced to prison for life. However, you get to have one celebrity be your cellmate. Who do you choose and why? And there was one person that came up more than anybody. I want to see if you guys can guess it.
Denny's.
Denny's was
yeah.
not number one. But
It's a great guess.
Locally, he should be.
A celebrity?
Yep, celebrity that came up more than anybody regularly on the list. I want to see if you guys could guess it.
Morgan Freeman because of Shawshank Redemption.
That's not a bad.
Oh, good call. We know what he's even like in prison.
Yeah, I've already seen this movie.
Yeah.
And he's got a
good
peaceful
call.
voice.
Plays out nice.
That's a good one.
Could you imagine him reading you bedtime stories
Oh,
in your
Kevin.
cell?
I love it.
It's a great choice.
He'd make prison easier.
Yeah, he would. Yeah, he would. My choice would be Dave Grohl.
Okay, that's
I
not
think
what
we'd have a good time.
The people didn't say Dave Grohl. The most popular one, The Rock. People wanna live with The Rock, and
You'd have protection unless he was against you. Imagine if The Rock was your worst enemy and you had to share a cell with him.
You're right. He could be the bad Rock when he was.
You're thinking everything's going to be great and you guys are going to get along, but imagine you get into prison and all of a
he
sudden
hates you.
And then he rock bottoms you.
You realize like very quickly that he is not cool in prison. He's upset to be there. He doesn't like you, and oh yeah, he demands prison love.
Well,
Oh yeah, he's lonely.
Oh yeah,
Well, his finishing move's called the rock bottom.
yeah.
You're going to be rocking your bottom.
Your bottom's going to get rocked.
You're right, though. Imagine living in a cell where even if you got up for a second, they want to kick your butt right away.
Yeah,
That would
so
suck.
they choose the Rock, thinking he's going to be this fun Instagram Rock. You see? Nah, you get angry Rock.
Keanu Reeves is another one.
Absolutely, he's one of the most favorite celebrities out there.
Do you guys have one off the top of your head that you would want to? Mine is Dolly Parton. I think she's peaceful.
Yeah, you just want to see them boobies.
Well, I mean, I'm keeping it friendly over here.
You can't have a
Yeah.
chick.
I
They're
don't
not
know
going
if
to
this
give
is
you
a
a
co-ed
chick.
prison.
It's not co-ed prison.
Dog, it's fantasy.
There's no co-ed prisons.
Oh yeah,
We're taking this
I'm in a room
serious.
with Mila Kunis.
You're right. I broke the respect of the game.
You broke prison rules.
Yeah. What's on your mind today, Virginia?
Well, today is day one. I've committed myself to do this, and I hope you guys do it too. I sent you invitations to join me. So our friends that do all the empowering youth stuff, Digital Vibes, started this whole thing with the Palm Health Foundation, where during the entire month of March, they're challenging people to do physical activity for at least 30 minutes a day, every single day. So if you go to let'smovepbc.org, you can join Team KVJ and we can log some minutes. I noticed some people have already started logging minutes, and I mean, March just started, but already the damn city of Boynton Beach is beating us. John I. Leonard High School is beating us.
The Lancers.
And the South Tech Academy is beating us, and we cannot have that. So, Team KVJ, join today and then start logging your minutes. You do it for yourself and you do it for your team.
Okay. Yeah, why don't we post that up on our Facebook to make it easy? People can jump right there, and then can we put a link up there on our Facebook, do you think?
I'm sharing it as you speak.
Okay.
That's weird because I was making a commitment to do 30 minutes today without even you saying that.
If you do it, log your minutes, we get the credit, then we beat John I. Leonard and the city of Boynton Beach. We cannot have Boynton beat us.
Gosh, John and Leonard beat us, I think, 3 times in my senior year in high school.
Really?
Yeah, it's revenge time.
What sport? Baseball?
Yeah, baseball.
Okay.
Don't let them beat you at this.
No, not anymore. This ain't 1995.
How hard is it to log your minutes? Because, I mean, I do 30 minutes.
It's not hard
goal
at
daily
all.
anyway.
You just go in there, and it's easy to register. You click on the drop-down thing, join Team KVJ, and then you just go on there and log your minutes. I'll even do it for you if you tell me your minutes.
Oh, yeah?
Okay.
Put me down for 30 every day, 5 days a week.
Well, you got to do them first.
Oh, I'm going to do them, Virginia. If I say I'm going to do them, I'm going to do them.
All right.
Here's what I'll do. When I'm working out, I'll send you a picture or a video and send it to you so
I
you know.
love it. You know, we got to keep it honest.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'll log them all for you.
I'll set up a video. You can watch me.
I love it.
30 minutes. And you know what? Make it 35 minutes. I want to watch the warm-ups.
I got to work out extra? I don't warm up.
I want to watch the stretching.
I don't stretch. I should. I don't. What I got on my mind here today, I thought this was a kind of a weird irony. My daughter, as we were pulling into her apartment complex, she is close to a golf course there in Boca. And it's got kind of this signature pink building in the background.
Okay.
And she was like, I just saw a video on Instagram. This guy, Adam Sandler. And he was golfing right here. And we drove right by this spot. And she showed me. I went on and checked Instagram. And I saw, Adam Sandler's got a place in Boca. And it was kind of cool because, sure enough, it was a photo of him just right in that spot, golfing right there. And what was odd was when he posted the video was the exact same time that we were watching Happy Gilmore last Saturday.
Wow.
Yeah. And we were just right in that area. So I was like, that was a kind of interesting thing.
You and the Sandman are in sync.
We are. Yeah. Never run into him. There's a photo that he had posted. If you're watching KVJ TV of him, you can see him. He just did a thing. In fact, what he was doing was he was doing the Happy Gilmore swing.
Oh,
From there,
he runs?
he set up a camera and did that. And then just last week, after I watched the movie, he was teasing possibly doing a sequel to Happy Gilmore.
So if he's living in that neighborhood and you want to have a accidental run-in, what you should do is go golf that course, tip a few caddies, and give them your number and say, hey, if you see him around, text me and I'll come accidentally run into him at the 18th hole.
Okay. Yeah.
There are so many good parts in that movie of Happy Gilmore. There really is.
Yeah.
The first hour of that movie is some of my favorite of anything ever on screen.
Where he's driving the ball down the street and he's hitting the people in their house when he first realizes he can drive the ball a mile.
Or when he hits off Chubb's hand.
Yeah.
With the wooden hand. He's like, don't worry, it's made of wood, real sturdy. And then the car runs over it.
It's a solid movie. It's classic. I forgot how good it was when I watched it. So, yeah. So, I always hear people running into him. Haven't yet done it.
He's a really cool guy from what I hear. He was at a
Mm-hmm.
casino just wearing a jersey, drinking a beer out of a can, and sat next to my buddy and was just shooting the breeze with him. Very down to earth, he said.
Yeah, he's one of those South Florida celebrities that run around that never run into, but I'd love to. Coming up here in just a couple of minutes, he did make the list. There's good and bad Adam Sandler movies. Movies so bad you had to turn them off.
Oh, yeah, he has one that I had to turn off.
Yeah, he made the list actually a couple times. I'll let you know what are the top movies on the list. You can share yours as well. You're just like going, I can't take it. 877-979-WRMF coming up next.
Get the info on everything that's going on with us at kvjshow.com.
Well, I talked about seeing an Instagram post of Adam Sandler. He was golfing right at the course, right beside my daughter's apartment in Boca Raton. He has a house there. I've seen photos of it from the water. People have taken that little tour, and it's obviously what you would expect. A guy who has a huge deal with Netflix has got a pretty nice little pad in Boca. I'm not shocked. So I saw this list of movies so bad that you turned them off from Reddit. Sadly, Adam Sandler did make the list on a couple different
Can we guess?
points.
Because I think I know Jay Bird's least favorite Adam Sandler movie.
And before I come off like a hater, I want to say I'm a huge Adam Sandler fan. I love a majority of his movies. This one I had to turn off. It was god awful.
Okay. What is
Jack
your
and
guess?
Jill.
It's absolutely Jack and Jill.
Yeah.
It was terrible.
I've heard you say that before.
Even the way they shot it was just not a good movie. I had to turn it off.
Yeah, that's one of the ones that are on the list that doesn't do well for Adam Sandler. Some people were mixed about the Little Nicky.
I actually like Little Nicky.
And it's just one where he's using the voice, huh?
Adam Sandler is the least... He's not the best part of that movie, though. All the side characters in Little Nicky's what's funny. There's a lot of randomness in that movie.
Yeah, the movies that are most likely from Adam Sandler to make this list, like you'd mentioned, Jack and Jill, that's a 3% on Rotten Tomatoes. His The Ridiculousness that he made with Terry Crews and Taylor Lautner, Steve Buscemi, that is a 0 on Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh, a 0?
Yeah. That doesn't do well.
Is that the critic score? What does the audience say? Clearly you can't get a 0 with the people.
I think it might be for the most part.
Damn.
Yeah, I think that's I don't know if that's the critics.
Even
vote.
his mama didn't like it?
I mean, his mama's got to like it, right?
Mama likes everything.
Spade didn't like it? Come
Right?
on.
Oh, you know, the people in it at least voted for it, right?
Well, I would hope, but I just don't know if that's enough.
I gotta look that up.
Yeah.
It's blowing my
Zero.
mind.
He's a bigger cast. And then his 8 Crazy Nights doesn't do well on this list. So those are the movies that they say from Adam Sandler were so bad that you had to turn them off. A couple other ones that I hear a lot, and these are some of the top ones mentioned on Reddit that people agreed with. 50 Shades of Grey.
I think they made 3 of them.
They did. I think they got into a deal with how big the books were. They may have actually signed a contract deal to make the book trilogy before they realized how terrible they were. And when they talk about worst on-screen romances, the couple that they had, that's one of they're mentioned frequently.
Was it just not sexy? Was it the chemistry? Was it the storyline?
I think it was cheesy.
Okay.
It was hokey. That was the part of it that I saw. It was very hokey. And there are just some times where 2 people on screen either have it or don't have it. And people were just saying the chemistry was awkward. Didn't work. Cats from 2019 makes the list.
Aww.
They've been running the heck out of that thing on HBO, and I've
they?
caught myself watching it accidentally a few times now. It's weird, man.
Yeah.
It's out there.
I figure, though, like maybe it would be a stoner cult classic or something like that. Is that a movie that people would watch stoned, or is it just too freaky?
It actually kind of takes away your high. It kind of sobers you up a little bit. It ain't cool.
Well, if it's not good for stoners, it ain't good for anybody. Wonder Woman 1984, one of the top listed movies on Reddit for movies so bad you had to turn it off.
You came in here kind of bashing that thing.
I watched it disjointed. I saw the first half. We had to go do something. My son and father-in-law watched the end of it, so I missed probably about 15 to 20 minutes in the middle. Kind of just saw the end, and I've got no desire after what I saw to go back. And both of them, especially my father-in-law, was like, that was terrible. And I was really surprised because the first Wonder Woman movie was so well received. I don't really hear from many people that like that movie, the 1984 version.
To go back to your ridiculous 6, the critics gave it a 0%. The audience gave it a 34, which is still pretty bad.
Okay. All right. Star Wars The Last Jedi, one of the movies that people say they had to turn off.
It brought out the worst in me.
Yeah, you didn't like it.
That's the second to last one, I believe.
It's the one from 2017?
Yeah, it's just so bad, Virginia. It tore Star Wars fans apart. Mm-hmm. It's bad.
Your Mandalorian was up for Golden Globes last night, I saw.
That thing's awesome.
It is very good, yeah.
They're calling that the healing of Star Wars fans.
It's just the same story but different telling?
No. It's right after the are you about to snore, aren't
She
you?
is.
Damn it.
You lost me.
Holmes and Watson makes the list. That's a Will Ferrell movie. You've also got The Internship. That is one of the movies that people turn off. And Divergent. Has anybody seen that one?
Divergent.
Yeah.
I've heard a lot of people talk about that.
Okay, they say that is one of the ones that people are turning off the most. Saw something else that I thought was kind of interesting. It's called Vid Angel, and it provides a way to skip or mute things that you don't want to see or hear in movies and TV shows. It's mainly, I guess, a concept for parental control for parents with their kids. But you got to go online, leave your email, sign up, all that kind of stuff. And I was just curious if anybody's heard of it, if anybody's tried it. Is it effective? Is it good?
So it's something like if we're listening to the KVJ show and I wanted to mute out the dirt, I could incorporate that? I'm confused.
They would take out the whole segment. I think I've seen it used on some shows that I've watched on Netflix that were airing for TV. If they use a bad word, that it'll kind of drop the audio or smirch it a little bit. And I've noticed that there was somebody whose nipples were showing through a shirt and they blurred those out.
Interesting.
And I wondered if that was the same kind of concept that a Vid Angel would use, and is this going to be something that's going to be easy for parents to start getting?
I don't know if it's cool to censor nipples like that. I mean, I don't think that's cool.
Yeah.
I thought this was America.
Kids hate it. Kids want to see them nippies. Mm-hmm. Today is National Peanut Butter Day.
Oh, give it to me.
Yeah. I know last week they were talking a little bit about America's favorite, whether it be chunky or creamy, split down the middle, pretty much 50-50. So you want to talk about a dividing topic? Peanut butter's very divisive.
Yeah, depending on my mood, I can go chunk, I can go smooth.
Yeah.
It really just depends on what I'm looking for.
Yeah, I'm peanut butter fluid.
Me too.
Do you guys have an absolute favorite brand of peanut butter that you go for? What would be your go-to?
Yeah, I do.
What's yours, Bird?
I like Peter Pan with the honey in it and the nuts. Oh, that's just my game. I love it. I like when it gets the honey, like kind of like the honey the honey juice, I guess, on the peanut butter.
Honey juice?
You know what I mean? Like the runoff of the peanut butter.
Honey excrement?
Yeah. I almost said something else and I forgot that I can't say that on the air.
I know what you were going to say.
I know you do.
No, you cannot say that.
No. But you know what I'm talking about.
I do.
I love it.
You know what the best peanut butter is? So Reese's makes this peanut butter sauce.
Okay.
And they've got it at Restaurant Depot. And it comes in like a big squeezy jug. And you can just
go on.
put it all over.
Yeah, it's real hot until you did that. It's like
you can just put it all over whatever you want. And it's like the candied peanut butter.
Oh, mama. Oh, gosh.
It's
there you go.
really special. But I like natural peanut butter too. I mean, I don't like that oil that they get on top.
Yeah.
But the taste of it, I think, is good.
That's one of the best workouts you'll ever have, opening up a jar of natural peanut butter and having to stir that together. Oh, my goodness. I mean, I have to take a nap after doing that.
I just pour the oil out because I'm like, I can't.
Too much work.
I don't have enough bicep for this.
Okay. Got some peanut fun facts for you. Did you know it takes 540 peanuts to make a 12-ounce jar of peanut butter?
Wow, that's a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, peanuts are kind of like oysters, but they don't suck. Like oysters I don't like, but you got to work to get those peanuts sometimes.
Trying to figure the correlation there. Okay.
Got to work for the oyster, got to work for the nut.
They're in shells.
Yeah, but you got to open out. You know, if you sat at that place, Roadhouse, remember Roadhouse, the restaurant? You have to open up them nuts.
Yeah, the shell.
That's what I mean, the nut shell.
Right, yeah. Okay.
You know what I mean.
Peanut butter was originally sold as a peanut substitute for people with no teeth. That's the reason why they did that.
What?
Yeah, invented in 1894. And it was marketed by a guy named Dr. John Harvey Kellogg. Anybody know why that name's familiar?
Kellogg's cereal.
Right?
Oh.
Yeah. He was the guy that...
legend.
Oh, yeah. He was pitching around as a good source of protein for toothless people.
Aww.
Look at that peanut. Yeah, peanut butter would be great. Soup would be great for the teethless. I'm just thinking of, I have a lot of people in my family that don't have teeth.
Okay.
Applesauce.
Applesauce.
And they've even got a record for the farthest a peanut has ever been thrown.
Ooh, World Record Wednesdays are right around the corner.
Yeah, you could. Maybe this Wednesday with all the peanut fun facts we got here today. 124 feet.
Oh.
How's that arm?
The arm's terrible, Virginia. it clicks when I move it.
124 feet.
But I will throw my arm out to beat that record. Is that awful to listen to? The peanut toss?
Hey, on the radio this morning, I listened to a guy throwing a peanut.
It's not great.
What's worse, throwing a peanut or throwing a hot dog?
But just know this, we've done worse.
We have done worse.
That's the sad thing.
That's not our worst bit.
No, not by a long shot.
That's not our 8 crazy nights.
No, you're right. Not by a long shot. That's
a bad thing. Yeah. Well, if you love peanut butter like we do, it's National Peanut Butter Lovers Day. Some people gave us some cool little tips on their favorites as well. Talking about what you like. America's split down the middle between chunky and creamy. Somebody said, I'm in love with Whole Foods. Grind your own honey roasted peanut butter. It's amazing.
Oh, grind your own?
Yeah, it's literally honey roasted peanuts and you grind it yourself.
Rocco would love that.
Okay.
It's like an interactive whole fun thing.
I feel like that if you grind it yourself, you're not going to get all the sugary stuff you need in there. The store's going to give you what you want, although it is Whole Foods.
But if they're honey roasted peanuts, they already come with that honey candy coating.
No, you need to add the good honey in there.
Just dump in a half bag of sugar with that.
Exactly.
The honey excrement.
Fat Kevin gets it.
And a little fun fact here about peanut butter. Somebody said store natural peanut butter upside down. A little hack there for you.
What a great idea.
When you open up your peanut butter, do you keep it in the fridge after, or do you put it back in the cupboard?
I just put it in the pantry.
Me too.
Yeah.
I live on the edge.
Am I doing it wrong?
I don't know. I mean, I can eat mayo that's been out for 3 days, so you're asking the wrong guy.
I would not do that.
I did it, and I live to tell about it.
Okay, well, there you go. Gave you some fun facts earlier about peanut butter. Now I've got some unfun facts. It's the exact opposite of a fun fact. It's a fact that's not fun.
About peanut butter?
No.
Oh, okay.
Just about life. It's just an unfun fact. Did you know the reason that dogs love squeaky toys is because the sound reminds them of a small animal being killed?
Oh, I don't know if I like this
What
segment.
the hell, Kevin?
It's a very unfun fact, isn't it?
Kevin ruins everything.
These murderous dogs.
I don't want to look at Chewie that way.
Oh my gosh.
Did you know it only requires 8 pounds of force to remove a human ear? 8 pounds of force.
Mike Tyson does.
I think it's 3 pounds of force to blow out a knee, and it's only 6 pounds of force to crush a testicle.
6 pounds to crush a testicle? I don't know, man. I feel like you could do a lot of damage with a 1 pound.
You can do damage, but
That baby's gonna come back.
trust me, a slight little flick.
And some testicles are stronger than others.
That's right.
I feel like you got them weak balls.
Whatever. You shot me in the testy. And
They're long, but they're injured.
Whatever. I lived to tell about it, and I got up the next day. Whatever. My nards are very strong. My nards got heart.
Did you know that there are at least 8 nuclear weapons that are missing?
What?
I don't like that.
That's an unfun fact, isn't it?
Where are they?
Nobody knows.
Who was in charge of watching them?
Like Lost Keys kind of missing?
Yeah, just hey, have you seen the nuclear weapon? No.
Ed was in charge.
Yeah, I don't know. I had my car, got my car washed yesterday. I haven't seen it since. Oh well.
Ed got hammered. He forgot where he put the nuke.
Yeah.
Ed, get it together.
Yeah. That's a terrible fact. And did you know the founder of Match.com lost his girlfriend to a man she met on Match.com?
Damn.
Yeah.
That's cold.
That's terrible.
That is terrible.
So what do you like better, fun facts or unfun facts?
Surprisingly, I hate the unfun facts, but I need them.
Okay. Dookie dookie. All right, got some birthdays today. Well, shout out to Justin Bieber. He is turning 27 today. If you're a big fan of Justin Bieber, he's going to be putting out a new album called Justice on March 19th. So brand new Bieber music is on the way.
I'm already annoyed.
Yeah, what was really annoying
Justice.
for me last week, and I admire Justin Bieber. I think he's a talented guy, but there's a lot of things he does that can annoy a lot of people. And I found myself last week seeing the video of him getting his brand new custom-made Rolls Royce and then dropping to his knees and sobbing openly
I can't.
about how marvelous it was.
I gotta watch it, but
Well,
it's gonna annoy me when I watch
You're
it. But
gonna hate
I
it.
need
You're
to
gonna,
watch
yeah,
it.
You need to get on that.
Oh, I'm watching
Because this
it.
is just your kind of viewing.
Gosh,
Justin Bieber sobbing at the first unveiling of his custom-made Rolls Royce.
And he's so lonely, too. I mean, don't you feel bad for him?
I cannot wait to hate watch this.
Kesh is turning 34 today. Lupita Nyong'o is turning 38. Mark Paul Gosselaar from Saved by the Bell turns 47. Opie Taylor, Ron Howard, he's done a few things since the Andy Griffith Show as a kid. He's 67 now. Got some other birthday shout-outs, including one for Jaden Simmons, turning 9 years old. Lil Ray turning 13. That is from your mama. Love you to the moon and back. And an adorable photo there you can see on KVJ TV that they sent in.
Precious.
Absolutely. Also, Brian, have a great day playing video games and playing with Tucker the cat. That is from your fiance Jennifer.
It's got a good ring to it. Tucker the cat.
Yeah, Tucker the cat. Also, happy 14th birthday to Kelly from Mom, Dad, Lily, and Daisy. Happy second birthday to Kenzie, known as Smiley. You're a smart and sassy little girl. We wouldn't change anything. From Mommy, Daddy, Sissy, Tom Tom, Cow Cow, Grandma, and Dude, and all the fur babies, Sasha, Scooter, Tiger, Lily, Jax, and Koa. Very small photo on there for if you can see that.
Little nugget.
Also, 3 birthdays this weekend. Grandma Charlene is Sunday. Landon is a leap day baby, turning 13 this year. And my stepdaughter Alyssa turns 19 on Monday. So
Sweet.
thank you for the birthdays.
I'm watching the Bieber video.
What do you think? What do you
Gosh,
think?
It's awful.
What do you think? Are you feeling it?
It's all I needed.
You want
Are
to
you
fight
feeling
the
it?
video, don't
Did you see where he goes down on his knees and he's having to put his hands over his face to try to stop the tears?
No kidding. I had to go through 9 different links because there's so many different Justin Bieber cry ... videos.
Well, he's lonely, as Virginia brought up. It's very sad. Is it everything you thought it was going to be?
Oh, it's good. And, I'm watching without the sound on, too.
Okay,
It's
all right. Go,
delivery.
wait till you turn the sound on and hear the sobs. It adds to it. Somebody asked the question, so the Mexican Queen had her birthday on Friday. What did you do for the Queen's birthday?
I saw you did a Facebook Live.
Yeah, we posted up a video because I thought some people might want to try to do what we did and find it. It's kind of fun. It's kind of our family style. We had my son and daughter, and we went to a taco truck in Lake Worth.
Oh, I love that.
Rucon is the place, and we had to kind of eat out of the back of the car, so we just kind of popped open the tailgate. We had a couple of chairs in there. We sat down and.
It's fun. It's an adventure. It's COVID safe. I love it.
Yeah, my wife being 50% Mexican, she loves really truly authentic stuff because she grew up on it, and so whenever she can find that, and her dad is in Lake Worth, and so whenever you can find something like that, and it met the standards.
Okay.
She loved it. Gave it rave reviews.
I love it.
Yeah. So you can
I saw that
find it
little
there.
jacket the kids made for her. It says Mexican Queen on it.
They did. That was really
tight.
cute. Yeah, my daughter Caitlin collected funds from all the kids. If you're watching KVJ TV, you can see that jacket they made.
That's awesome.
That's adorable.
Yeah, it's cool. It's a thoughtful little gift. We took the Queen shopping. On Saturday, we went to Aventura, and then we went over to the Sawgrass and checked out a couple of her favorite little places there.
Nice.
Yeah, so it was fun. We had a real
What a
good time.
fun day. What a fun weekend.
Yeah.
Did you serenade her?
I did not. No.
So you still have that song that you made for her? Because that was the bomb.
Unfortunately, it got lost in that audio in that computer.
No, we
KVJ, the
played
Forgotten
it.
Years.
Yeah, the first.
We've played it.
No, the Mexican Queen song we did back in the day. We don't have it anymore.
We don't?
No.
Yeah.
That song's never touched the WRMF airwaves.
Wow.
That's tragic.
It is tragic. We've lost so much audio. The forgotten years. Yeah, 75% of our career gone.
We probably could have lost 55% of it anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, it's Monday morning. Got to get up, get that brain going. Time to think fast, y'all. Virginia, Bird, and Denny's all facing off here.
Let's do this.
Okay. Let's see how fast you guys are thinking here today.
Yeah, let me dust off some of this dust on my brain.
I don't know if punching yourself in the head is the best plan.
Yeah, that didn't help, actually.
Let me concuss myself real quick.
Okay, first one. Think fast. Name a state capital that starts with the letter M.
Montpelier. Is Montpelier is good council?
Denny's, I'm going to take it. What'd you say, Bird?
Monroe?
Monroe?
Louisiana?
Monroe, Utah?
We'll go with Denny's.
Can you ask dumber questions, Kevin? That was kind of a smart one.
I'll try my best. How about this? This might be a little bit more dumb. Something your dog might do that starts with the letter F.
Fart.
Oh, that was a tricky one.
And you had a dog.
Mm-hmm. Okay, tied, one apiece. Virginia and Denny's. Bird yet to get on the board. Name a country starting with the letter T.
Tijuana.
Thailand.
Oh, jeez. I couldn't get the word out.
Okay. Virginia's got the lead now, 2-1. Okay. Something you hide from your parents starting with the letter W.
Weed.
Oh,
I had it locked and loaded.
I'm like, if Denny's loses this one, I'm giving up this game.
Yeah.
Okay, Denny's ties it with Virginia 2 apiece. All right, something loud starting with the letter J.
Jelly. if you smack it. If you're
You're out.
Jukebox.
Jukebox works.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
Jelly.
It threw me off.
If you eat it loudly, it makes a lot of noise.
Kevin, you should put him in timeout.
Well, remember, if you say a dumb answer, you got to sit that one out. He was
Jelly.
Yeah, Jelly got him in the penalty box for one. Okay, Denny's, you get one more. You get the win. Bird, you're eliminated.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, Virginia, you have got to get the next two.
Oh boy.
Okay, it's a head-to-head battle now. All right, something you get pulled over for that starts with the letter L.
Lane changing improperly.
Lights off.
Okay, all right.
Lane changing improperly.
I mean, technically, the witch is right.
Yeah,
Yoda
technically
sentence.
it's yeah.
It's a sentence.
Yeah, littering would have been a quicker way, but whatever. Okay, it is now a tiebreaker. Virginia and Denny's. Whoever gets this one correct is our champ of Think Fast here. All right, your mom would love one of these things, starting with the letter D.
Doll.
Okay, all right.
Moms collect like figurines and dolls and crap.
They do.
Yeah, okay. That's, suitable.
Doll.
Diamond works.
There's
another
Donuts.
Yeah, donuts.
Yes.
As long as they don't have ants on them.
Oh, remember that?
I do.
We brought your mom a box of donuts, but I didn't know. I didn't realize. I got scared. I dropped them on the porch and ran, and then ants got all over them, and they thought it was on purpose.
Well, it looked like it was on purpose.
And then I got the blame.
Well, it all looks that Kevin put. Who's the mastermind?
Get the info on everything that's going on with us at kvjshow.com.
Okay, you're in the tank. Shark Tank.
Okay.
Jay Bird's got a new idea that apparently a lot of people are raving about here, Virginia, and he and Denny's are going to give us the pitch. Okay, are you fellows ready to tell us all about hot cubes?
Thank you for inviting us to the Shark Tank. I want to thank you for that.
You're welcome. Glad you're here.
Want to go in your pool, but it's way too cold?
Want to splash around, but you've got that weak-ass body temperature?
Worry no longer, my friends.
Let us tell you about Hot Cubes.
Wait, did you say hot cubes?
I sure did. Hot Cubes is going to change the swimming pool industry forever.
Well, tell me all about them, Jaybird.
Of course, Denny's. Hot Cube acts as an instant heating device for your swimming pool.
In just a matter of minutes, you can have a heated pool at an affordable price.
Wait, did you say affordable? I like the sound of that.
Yes, it's affordable, all right, and it's easy to use.
And how is something so cutting edge able to cost so less?
One word.
Oh yeah, what's that?
Science.
The good people at Hot Cubes Incorporated have the smartest and most brilliant minds working on the Hot Cubes technology.
Smart and brilliant minds? Hell yeah, that's something I can get behind.
So stop swimming in that ice box you call a pool.
Give hot cubes a try.
Tell your sons.
And tell your daughters.
It's time to start swimming in warmer waters. Hot Cubes. Swimming just became
more comfortable.
That's right. Warm up your booty.
Warm up your boobs.
That's because it's time for Hot Cubes.
Wow. I gotta tell you right away, I'm definitely buying the duo here of Bird and Denny's. I mean, that's just adorable, isn't it, Virginia?
Yes, I do like it better when they have a guitar and they sing a little bit. I'm just gonna miss that from the first few pitches they did.
Well, the guitar broke a string, and you just broke my heart. There always has to be a jerky Shark Tank person.
Is that what it is?
All you
Okay,
need
she
is
plays that.
Yeah, you need like a British accent or something.
She's got to balance out my positivity.
I still don't understand what these hot cubes are all about.
Just imagine going into your pool, it's freezing, you want instant gratification, baby. You want to throw that hot cube into the pool, warm that sucker up real quick like.
Do you have an idea of like how many hot cubes it takes? Is there a temperature guide? Like say my water is at 50 degrees.
You need 487 hot cubes.
Right, that's what I was curious. And then how long will it take to get to the desired temperature?
That's a great question, Kevin, and I'm glad that you asked Hot Cubes Incorporated that. You only need one per pool. And it's at an affordable rate. And the scientists, they can tell you how to do all that. It involves Freon and all kinds of... Just all kinds of...
Freon's actually getting outdated. They're like getting rid of Freon.
It's cutting edge Freon. It's the new Freon.
Freon's not good for the environment.
Yeah, you got asbestos, Freon,
some lead paint,
and styrofoam to make it float.
Smog.
Again.
The scientists got it.
The scientists, the people with the white lab jackets, they do all that. We're the idea guys. We're the idea.
You're the guys that are going to get sued.
No. Hot Cubes changing pools forever.
Taking lives.
And the environment.
It's made out of styrofoam.
Just in time for the oceans warming up. Hot cubes. Wow.
Are you buying? If we can make it environmentally safe, green, as they say.
Green, yeah.
Green Freon.
Green.
Yeah.
Listen, we're high when we came up with this idea.
To me, the big question is just how effective they are. Seeing that sliding scale of the ratio, if you had that for me, because there's got to be a price point of value on how much it's going to take for me to make my pool the desired water temperature.
we're talking with Target and we're talking with Walmart. We're going to probably have it at cost for $59.99 for 1 cube. 1 cube is good for 1 summer.
Okay.
Hot cubes.
So you got to buy a new hot cube every single summer?
You don't need it in the summer.
As of right...
You dumbass. You need it in the winter.
This is for people in Alaska.
It's for northern places.
Talk about an Alaska market. For the Alaska market, summertime, very cold. But yeah, for Florida, you don't want to do it in winter. For sure.
Fish, the real sharks would eat you alive.
Oh my gosh. There's blood in the water. Daddy, swim away. Daddy, swim
go,
away.
go.
Hot cubes.
Okay, are you buying or selling the hot cube concept? What do you think? Okay, there you go.
It's the alternative, the affordable alternative for a swimming pool heater. They're very expensive.
You were sitting poolside. Your pool was cold. You were smoking weed, and you were thinking about how much the pool heaters cost. And you're like, I've got an idea.
Most of that's a true story. It's almost accurate.
I can see you now.
It's all a couple details you took some liberties with, but I'm not going to fight you.
Okay, we got some call 'em outs here today. It's what we do on a Monday, just to discuss some of the social behaviors. What is good, what is bad, what is right, what is wrong. You can call them out here, and we'll try to correct them here. 877-979-WRMF, 877-979-9763. You can also send in emails, too, mail at kvjshow.com. Because Allison sent us one about her boss. She said, I want to call out my boss who constantly asks me to do his laundry. My job has nothing to do with being a personal assistant, and nowhere in my job description does it say that I have to wash the boss's clothes. And he's just the kind of boss that expects his employees to do all that he asks, and no one has ever had the nerve to stand up to him. I also noticed that he never seems to ask any of the men at our job to do these kinds of personal chores for him. Should I make a stand? Okay.
That's tricky. There's a clothes washer at work? There's a washing machine?
He's probably putting him in his car, and then he says, go out to my car, grab him, and she's got to go wash him somewhere. That's annoying.
Or it could be taken to the dry cleaners for me, because if it is a business, I know a lot of times if you wear a suit every single day, that's kind of one of the chores that you got to do every week. You got to get all your suits together and take them to the dry cleaners and pick them up, and so that is likely the chore that I would guess.
Well, what would you really do if a boss in our company, they had, serious clout, they could fire you at any minute, they were making you, not making you, but really suggesting you do their laundry at this point in your life? Well, how would you handle that?
I think first question is almost to Virginia's point. Are we talking about running to the dry cleaners, or am I taking your clothes someplace to like a laundromat or to my house, and I'm actually slaving over a washing machine to clean your clothes?
Let's say, that right there. Would you tell them to go?
I'd be like, no way. Now, the thing that I think would be an interesting debate would be the boss who is asking you to gather up his suit pants and things like that are laying in the back of his car and take them to the dry cleaners for him and pick them up every single week. And you're doing that. And that would be tough, especially if you feel that it's not fair, it's not equally dispersed, and you notice that he's never asking any guys of the same level as you in the office to do the same chore.
But, too, you have to look at where you fall in the company hierarchy. And sometimes, if you're the new person, you got to do the grunt work.
Well, that's why I'm saying if it's even. If you're at the same level as another guy and he's never asked to do that, and you are constantly every week doing that, and he doesn't have his own set of chores, then that would get to be something that you would be annoyed by.
Well, let's say you have a job and nowhere in the job description has anything to do with washing anything of anybody's clothes. I think anybody would be annoyed with that. A boss can't just ask anybody to wash their clothes, can they?
But the time to say something is when he first asks you. And then you go, wait, it's not in my job description, sir.
Can you get fired for that? I guess you can't if you're working in Florida.
People get fired for a lot less.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just depends on how much you want to kiss up and how you like your job. Grant in the chat room had said, just order dry cleaning pickup right at the office, problem solved.
That's true.
And charge him.
They will come, I think Evergreen or whatever, Green something, they will come to your work or your home and pick it up and then deliver it back clean.
They do underwear?
They do everything. I don't think you need your underwear dry cleaned though. You need a fold. You need a wash and fold service.
Yeah.
Which most laundromats have that. If you go, I know up in Jupiter by me, there's a laundromat where when you go in, you can do your own, but there's also ladies in there that work that you can just drop off a big thing and they'll wash it, fold it.
Is it true what they say though? Anytime you give your laundry to have someone do it for you, always expect at least one piece to be gone. Just that's the rule of laundry.
You think someone's going to steal your drawers?
Things happen.
You're not that sexy.
Okay, a couple other call them outs. We have Therese, who is calling out her husband who tried to get her watching a Star Wars marathon on Sunday on TNT.
Ooh.
And just let you know, you Star Wars types are the same, thinking that if you explain what's happening, that we normal people will suddenly become interested. No thanks. Call me when the Heat game is on at 8. Had to get that off my chest.
I wonder what she hated the most about it.
I was curious which Star Wars movie it was. Was it original trilogy or is it some of the newer ones?
Because I'm curious if Virginia sat down with no games, you legit were there to try to enjoy the movie. Would you enjoy any of the Star Wars movies if you gave it a shot?
I guess it's possible, but don't I have better things to do with my time?
See, there it is right there. There's that Sith attitude we don't want going into an activity like that.
I already know I'm not into sci-fi. I already know.
Okay. Got somebody else who is doing a call them out. Text it in to 877-979-WRMF. Says, I am in the lobby of a doctor's office as I text this. The guy next to me is typing with the sound of his keyboard on. Tap, 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 tap. And he's been typing for about 10 minutes. I'm not sure if he's doing a novel, but it's getting really annoying. Just kind of like how people don't want to hear your calls, we also don't want to hear you type. So please mute your keyboards.
Oh, man, there was a woman at Publix. She was talking on her Bluetooth so loud and aggressive, and everyone's looking at her. Does she not know that everyone's looking at her, that everyone thought she was kind of annoying?
All you have to do is look her in the eye, and you'll be able to tell if she knows or not. If she looks you back and just puffs up, she knows.
She was very puffy. Not her body. I mean, just like her attitude.
She knows. If she looks at you in the eye and kind of goes, what are you looking at, with her body language, you're like, okay, she knows. But there's some people that are doing it that you can tell like they're just not like good with technology. Maybe they're hard of hearing and they can't help it. They talk loud. Those people I feel sorry for.
Okay.
They don't make eye contact with you. They don't puff up.
No, this woman, she was puffing up. She knew she had it going on.
She's
talking
like,
loud.
My conversation is so important that I must make all of you listen to it.
It really does stand out.
It does.
This call out is for Kevin. Kevin, stop saying Tijuana Flats. It's Tijuana Flats. Hurts my ears every time you say it.
I've never heard a person ever say it the way that texter said it.
And by the way, you're welcome, Sandy G from Boynton Beach.
I've always known it as Tijuana Flats. Tijuana Flats?
Tijuana Flats. Sandy G wants to let you know that you are saying it wrong if you're saying Tijuana. It's Tijuana Flats.
I think Sandy's wrong.
Well, it's hurting her ears. Please stop it.
Tijuana pronunciation.
Tijuana?
I mean, Tijuana. Well, Tijuana is a place. There's going to be a way to say it, right?
I don't know. Is Sandy G and Boynton right?
I feel like people would have been on you like flies on a rib roast more. You've been saying it for so long. When we say something that annoys people.
What is it?
It's saying it. It said Tijuana.
You keep talking over
it. Hold on, let me.
Tijuana.
Tijuana. I think the woman who...
Maybe one of those things you could hear it maybe both ways. One more time, Virginia.
Tijuana.
Dang, are we wrong all these years?
Yeah. I'm 47 years old and just realized that it's Tijuana.
Chat room's got to know that too. Is Kevin right? Is Kevin saying it wrong, chat room?
Gabriel said Sandy is right. The H is silent, at least in Portuguese. I don't know if it's the same in Spanish.
What about West Palm Beach?
Oh, no.
Does Tijuana Flats know that they say it wrong?
Well, I've never heard anybody from there say it.
Yeah, can we get the Tijuana Flats people or Tijuana Flats on the phone?
Call them, and then they'll answer the phone. Tijuana Flats.
You know, I will call a Tijuana.
Yeah. Meredith is saying that Google says Tijuana.
Damn.
Okay. So is that maybe there's a gringo pronunciation?
I don't know. I'm seeing things in the chat room like, nope, ignorant American like you guys.
Okay.
Kevin is right now. I'm seeing Tijuana.
Okay, it's two different ways on Google.
Then you're right. Then I've never heard someone say Tijuana Flats. Yeah.
Okay.
Damn, this just rocked my world.
Okay, yeah. If somebody can let us know what is the right way, and maybe nobody's going to agree on it. And AB said, this doesn't really matter.
No, it does. It actually does, AB.
Well, it matters to Sandy G in Boynton Beach because it's driving her crazy.
Well, it also should matter to us because
She wants to choke Kevin out.
Yes.
And we have a promotion going on currently with Tijuana or Tijuana Flats.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we're going to be
I have to
saying
say
it a
it, yeah.
lot.
that'd be like me saying, "Hey, Jaybird runs on Dunekin." No, you got to make sure you say it right.
Got to get it down right.
Dang.
A couple other quick call-outs. One to Mother Nature. I spent 4 hours detailing my car yesterday and woke up this morning with an inch of pollen all over it. That's annoying.
Yes, there is a ton of pollen right now. Panda went and took my car to get it washed for me yesterday because it was covered in a layer of pollen.
I'm sorry.
And now your allergies are all freaking out. I was going to curse.
Yeah. What's wrong with you?
And Crystal in Jacksonville, she's calling out the Navy because they extended her husband's 8.5-month deployment to 10. So, yeah, that would be discouraging. So,
Does she want a USA chant? I can't tell.
No, I don't think she.
I don't know. We got a big debate on how to say Tijuana. Which is it? Some of the text messages coming in. Somebody said, "You guys are saying it wrong. I'm Spanish because I got called out because I'm driving Brenda G crazy in Boynton Beach." And then somebody sent me for Tijuana Flats, which is the restaurant that we are promoting for our Flats Friday. They actually have their pronunciation that you can see when you look it up on Google. And phonetically, it is Tijuana Flats.
You're not wrong. We called during that song, and when you call a Tijuana Flats, it says Tijuana Flats. So everyone calling you out, they need to now text the Kevin Ralston an apology.
Well, I would say take it up with the restaurant because, their official statement on Google when they put it out phonetically and also on their voicemail that Virginia checked out and she did a video of it. It says Tijuana. I think it is probably the American gringo pronunciation of it, and it probably is if you're true Spanish, Tijuana. But
we're American gringos.
Well, we're talking about the restaurant.
The name of the restaurant, though, is Tijuana. And all these people that are so confident Kevin's wrong.
Well, I think that's probably exactly what it is. It's the American pronunciation, and it is... if you're in Mexico, you would probably say Tijuana. Tijuana, Mexico, and if you're here, you would say Tijuana Flats.
Yeah, but the people who own Tijuana Flats named it Tijuana Flats, so that's the name of it.
Yeah.
But are those people wrong?
Well, they can't be wrong because they named it themselves. Like they made their own name.
Okay, Tijuana, I guess, is if you were in Mexico, you would say that. If you're a gringo getting tacos in America, you would say Tijuana. So, there you go.
Now, can we please just come together over tacos?
Oh, yeah.
Please?
Okay, so that seems like what the ruling is on that.
Now, this is the stuff we get pissed off and fight about.
Well, if I talk about, from now on, if I talk about Mexico, I'll say Tijuana. And if I'm talking about the rest, I'm still going to say Tijuana Flats.
Okay.
That seems like the right way to handle that. I'm glad we got it corrected, though. That's why we do call them out. To try to get this stuff, the really important things in our life and society all kind of lined up, right?
But now I'm calling out the woman that's calling you out. You see, it's this big circle.
Yes, I hear, but that's how call-em-outs work. That's exactly how they work. Also, like the positive stuff as well, if you want to call somebody out for something good that they have done, there are a couple good things that are going on to share with you here on a Monday. I know a lot of people need some positive news. A couple things for some positive call-em-outs. Today is World Compliment Day. Did you know that?
Oh, that's adorable.
Virginia, you look all young and hot.
Thank you. It's the Botox.
Okay.
And surprised.
Another positive call-out. There's a guy calling himself the COVID Bandit who recently walked into a restaurant in Denver and left a $6,800 tip, $200 for each of the 34 employees.
Wow.
Now, that was pretty cool. Yeah, I know some groups are going out and they're actually challenging each other to leave big tips for servers in this era of
That's
COVID.
a big thing on TikTok. Yeah, people are doing that and they're leaving beautiful tips.
A guy in New York left 5 $1,000 tips at 5 different Chinese restaurants.
Good for him.
A grandmother in Texas needed the vaccine before she could have open heart surgery but couldn't get an appointment, so she got on the app Nextdoor to see if people in the area had any leads, and a total stranger gave up their appointment to get her vaccinated.
That's so beautiful.
Thought that was a pretty cool little thing. And also wanted to do a positive call out here today for a South Florida football legend expected to announce a retirement today from St. Thomas Aquinas High School. George Smith was named the head football coach there in 1975. Became the athletic director in 1982. And Virginia, he has made St. Thomas Aquinas arguably the greatest high school football program in all of America.
You always talk about how amazing they are.
They're always winning.
Yes, national championships, not just state championships.
Who's going to fill them boots?
Well, they're cranking along. He was, just the athletic director since, I think, like 2011. He retired after 34 seasons of coaching, but he's going to be retiring from being the athletic director. He won 6 state championships, a pair of national titles, and he was named the USA Today Coach of the Year for the entire country in 2008. So
that was always a big deal when you played high school sports. USA Today would always come out with the top, and you'd always look for the people in your area. If you made the USA Today, whether it was football, baseball, basketball, that was a big deal.
Very big deal. And St. Thomas Aquinas is used to being on top of that USA Today list in football every single year, and a lot of other great sports as well. So big props to George Smith for a great career. Okay, so is it a bad idea to use a Spanish accent if you're a gringo and you're doing a KVJ Halloween movie? That's what Jaybird was told. Now, this came up in a conversation with somebody that I believe is younger than you, Jaybird.
Younger, a little bit more, I guess, is the term woke.
Okay.
And she goes, you can't do a Latin accent if you're not Latin. You're going to be so offensive to everybody.
Well,
and
wait.
I argued. Yeah, go ahead.
You're an actor.
Well, that's my point. There's a big movement where you have to, be exactly the role.
You have to be exactly the person that
You
the
have
role
to
is you're
be
playing.
Latin to play a Latin person.
So I completely disagree with that. Let's just go ahead and go on the record. I believe acting is just that, acting. It's playtime. You're pretending to do something, and if you're not of that descent and you're able to pull it off, that means you're a great actor. You're able to do things and mimic, because that's what acting is. I don't understand why it's so offensive. I'll never get it.
I'm impressed when somebody who's like British does like a role where they have an American accent. I'm like, oh, that's awesome. They're good.
Well, I'm not going to be doing it in a mean way. It's just going to be a character that I'd be playing.
It's kind of for comedic purposes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Is it going to be an awful Spanish accent? Probably so. That's kind of the point of it.
Yeah.
But it's not to make anyone feel bad. And that's what I was trying to explain to this person. And they weren't, even with every point that I was making, they just, nope. They said, you just can't do it in today's day and age. You're going to get canceled or you're going to get whatever. I'm like, I don't think I'm going to get canceled for that.
Not for a movie, not for an acting role.
That's what I said too. But it seems that there is a movement when it comes to that kind of stuff.
Well, I think everybody's got to be aware of this stuff. It's not just, people who do radio shows anymore. It's anybody who has social media and might post something up. Is us trying to figure out, okay, am I going to get in trouble for doing something like this? And let me just ask, okay, because you're talking about if Jaybird a Gringo is on there and he's, acting like he's Spanish on his Halloween movie and it's done for comedic purposes, is that going to be stepping into the land of offensive? Could it be something where a group is like, oh, this is terrible, you need to apologize, and there's that whole cancel movement that goes on? The only thing that I would think, my first thought would be, okay, what if you were doing a Chinese accent? and you were trying to talk like you were Chinese.
I think you would get into some hot water. I
Right,
think
so-
in today's day and age,
Yeah.
that's why I thought it was at least an interesting topic. I know these topics fire people up.
Sure, but I'm
not trying to fire no one
Well,
up.
to me, I want to. I think it's good for us to be able to have a discussion and to understand, because heaven forbid, some people. Hey, here's the reality: you might step in it, and you might lose a job or friends or issues, and you may not have meant to be hurtful. But because you did something that when you were a kid or 20 years ago was something that you and your friends used to do and you never got any backlash, it may be shocking for some people who don't have these kind of conversations. You'd be like, wow, okay, I didn't realize that was going to be hurtful and harmful to some people.
And now I just got labeled a racist and canceled.
Sure, and
which is happening.
Yeah, I don't want to see anybody have to go through that. That's why I think, we should have these discussions, and ultimately you decide what you want to do. But at least you won't get hit and blindsided by that truck of unawareness to say, wow, I didn't even know that was a thing, and now I got to find a new job. So
yeah, I mean, I always grew up in the environment is you try to be goofy getting through this crazy thing called life. And if you're not being malicious or mean, and you know the intent of what you're trying to do, people need to lighten the hell up a bit.
I do. Part of me feels exactly like that. The flip side of it is I've had conversations. Unfortunately, it's the people who are not cool.
Yeah, no, I hear you.
That make this a problem. If everybody really just, hey, I love everybody, we're having fun, we're goofing around with it. Like I said, I love racial comedy. I find it very funny for any race on anybody at any time, because I think it's funny the differences we have. And when people poke fun and point that out, to me, it's great, coming from a place of love. But a lot of people haven't come from that place of love, and that's why we have an issue with it, unfortunately.
And to Margaret's point, you're always going to offend somebody. This topic alone, just by us talking about it, is offending people. I can already see some of the comments coming in.
I've already told people on our show we are going to discuss some of these things because I think it is valuable discussion to have. It's not, we don't want to start people yelling at each other. That's not what this show's about. But I think having a good discussion about something like this so that maybe people understand it is what this country does need. You need to sit down, stop talking, start listening, and try to understand what might be an issue to maybe help each other out so that we can try to heal some of the hurt that's been going on.
But there's also times where you do listen and you listen and you listen and then you still don't like what's being said.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? I had a whole conversation with this person about that, and we came to we did not agree with each other.
And that's honestly the point sometimes too. Some people will come to me and I'm like, I've listened to everything you have to say and I still disagree. And ultimately you have to make your own decisions. To me, it's just that person who's completely unaware and they do something and they get an avalanche of hate and a lot of bad things happen in their own personal life, and they just posted something up on social media and they're unaware and they weren't coming from a place of hate. They were just coming from a place of ignorance.
And sometimes people say stupid things.
Absolutely.
I mean, that does really happen. People say stupid things. It's been through the history of humanity.
So back to the ultimate question is, can Jaybird use a Spanish accent being a gringo? And, walking through that thought process, there are many different points. What if it were a different country's accent? What if you're doing Indian? I know a lot of the characters on The Simpsons, they're not doing those voices anymore because they are uncomfortable doing that. They think that that is a bad representation. So many other comedy-based shows who use those foreign accents have stopped doing it. So that, is a one point to consider.
But I don't agree with that either. Again, that's acting, and I don't think, I just don't agree with that.
Well, and I think, hey, if you are to that point and you've heard both sides of it and you fully understand it and you do it, then understand there will probably be a good portion of people that will make that point. How far it will go, who knows? But at least you're aware of it. There will be some people that don't like it.
Dig in your zapatos and do what you gotta do.
Oh, I'll do what I want to do, but we also need content. I thought it was an interesting conversation.
I think it is, because it is definitely something that has happened. And to Virginia's point, you do have British people that can do a great American accent.
And it's so impressive.
Yeah.
And I've heard, too, Latin American people who do, like, you normally speak Spanish, but you come and you do, like, an American accent. Like, that's amazing, too. I think that's acting, and that's something to be like impressed by.
The thing that's annoying is the person that got upset, got offended immediately, didn't know anything about what I was doing, just knew that I was going to be doing an accent, and all they could just say, you just can't do that in today's day and age.
Well, if you want me to do it, I can, because I'm 17% Mexican.
You're doing a French accent.
Oh, I'm not French though. Am I going to get canceled?
You can do.
Don't get me canceled.
I feel like you can do French and you don't get in trouble.
I don't want the French to come for me.
I don't think the French are going to come for you.
Well, I think it's also maybe what you're saying as you're doing that accent too.
Agreed.
If you are using the accent and then really playing up some hurtful stereotypes that go along with whatever that accent might be, then that's kind of a double whammy.
There's a difference in going into Walmart and mocking someone's accent than doing a written, scripted thing with the storyline. Completely two different things. One you should do, one you should not do.
Mm-hmm. Somebody said, F that bird, I'm Colombian from Medellin, and I would love to train you to sound like Pablo, even though I hate that guy. Let's get you Super Paesa.
I don't
That's
hate
what we call people from Medellin.
Medellin.
Did your boy just get an acting coach?
I think so.
Yeah.
You at least got a dialect coach.
Well,
your acting's still going to suck.
This year, we're all going to play different characters. We're not going to play ourselves this year. That's what's going to be fun. You're going to be French.
Uh-oh.
I think Kevin's going to play a robot.
This is where we jump the
That's
shark.
not acting.
We jump the shark.
Uh-huh. Okay. All right. So an interesting point, but you may get hit with that stuff. Coming up here in just a couple of minutes on the KVJ Show, I saw that 1/3 of people say their cars are so full of junk, there's really not any room for passengers. Does anybody have that car here where if somebody were going to get a ride from you, you'd be like going, yeah, hold on real quick, I got to clean out my car. And then you throw everything in the trunk. Is anybody doing that move? And we always love asking this too. If you got pulled over by the police right now, what is inside your car that would require an odd explanation?
Get the info on everything that's going on with us at kvjshow.com.
I always love Jaybird's I'm on autopilot stories. My favorite one is the time that he was on fumes, barely made it to the gas station. He's jamming out though, got a great song in his heart. He's playing the music. He pulls over at the gas pump. He goes in, pays for the gas, drives off, and then a half mile down the street runs out of gas. He forgot to pump gas. He actually went in and paid for it, but didn't get any. And then he runs out just a half mile later.
I think I grabbed a snack and I'm walking out and I start singing some Billy Joel.
I blame Billy.
I do, and I get right in the car and drove away and run out, and I could not believe it. And I went back to get the gas, and they wouldn't give it to me. Yeah, they're like,
somebody else took your gas.
They're like, sorry, dude. You know, they wanted
we
nothing
thought you were
to do
paying
with
it forward.
Yeah,
yeah. So you did one while preparing some food over the weekend.
So dumb.
Have you fired up that gas stove yet?
I hadn't, but it's a food story. So I had food. I had French toast sticks in some aluminum foil, and I was thinking about something else. So I take the French toast sticks out of the aluminum foil, and for whatever reason, I put the aluminum foil in the microwave instead of the French toast sticks.
Oh my!
And put it on.
Oh my!
And I'm just standing, and all of a sudden, I see all these sparks and crazy. Like, my microwave's growling at me all of a sudden. I'm like, oh my gosh! I was microwaving the aluminum foil. The French
toast is on the counter?
It's on the counter, yes. Like a dumbass.
Oh my. You did a lot of things wrong.
So many things wrong.
It can happen though.
But I've done that quite a bit in my time.
I think everybody's done it, and especially now we have so many things that distract us. It's hard. I have a lot of the same of what you do, that I'm very easily distracted. It's hard for me. I have to really work hard and consciously try to always focus.
If I'm doing multiple things, if I've got something on my mind, maybe there's some drinking involved. I mean, that one time I had a plate of food, I was getting ready to put it in the oven, and I ended up putting it in the washer.
You put your phone in the freezer, I believe.
Oh, yeah. That's the first place I look now when I can't find my phone, because I'm trying to get my Mountain Dew on, trying to get ice, and then I'll put it right in the freezer. By the way, not good for the phone.
That's a good way to keep you from sending booty calls, though.
It's a good way of ruining your phone.
How many times have you driven away with something on the top of your car?
I mean, gosh, when you put it all together, these are not such greatest hits. A lot, man. I've had laptops fall off.
Laptops, to-go food, drinks.
Yeah.
The worst is the food.
So is anybody like the bird? What exactly have you done while on autopilot that was a little dumb? you can get a form of hypnosis. They say that while driving, that if you've ever just kind of zoned off for a while, you actually were hypnotized. And what's horrifying is you're behind the wheel going 80 miles an hour.
Yeah, I drove to Miami when we were at RMF. Going to the Miami station on autopilot.
Just boom.
Yep, I was staying up here in Palm Beach Gardens. I drove down to Miami. I'm like, no, you work at West Palm now.
Yeah, I think that's probably the most common form of you doing something dumb while on autopilot, because you really are. Somebody said, yeah, on my way back to Gainesville from Jacksonville, I missed the exit, not paying attention. I ended up in Georgia.
Wow.
Yeah.
Whoa.
And it can happen, too. Yeah, it's subtle. You don't really notice when all of a sudden you're in Georgia.
I'm just afraid I'm going to zone out one day and walk into a lawnmower or something.
Make sure you got on shoes.
Well, they say that's a big problem now, too, with a lot of people wearing the AirPods. They're doing that. They're in their own little world. They're not thinking, and they're also not listening to their surroundings. So many people are walking right into traffic.
That's why I'm concerned about the gas stove, because I get in these little modes.
Mm-hmm. And then you just
blow up my house.
Right. Well, it's the whole thing with people leaving the iron on and things like that, and they get caught up with running around trying to get the kids ready, and they're in a rush, and then next thing you know, you come back to a burned down house.
My OCD can be really bad. I went back to my house 3 times to check on an iron.
Wow.
Because I felt like it was gonna. It's weird. It's an odd thing.
Yeah, it does happen. So you're not the only one. Somebody texted in and said, I once brushed my teeth with super glue.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
That had to be expensive at the dentist.
They actually had to go to the hospital. Try to get him to. It's kind of like the Gorilla Glue girl.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, I had a tough month after that.
Jeez.
Yeah, I'd imagine it's a tough month.
Yeah. Somebody else said, dumb things you've done while on autopilot. I was so tired one time, wasn't really thinking, and I thought my fart was a sneeze. I was at work in a meeting, and boom.
That's amazing.
Yeah, that's tough. Somebody said I was on autopilot and I had to go pee really badly, and for some reason I thought my girlfriend's kitchen sink was the toilet, and her mom saw me do it.
Okay, you had to have been hammered too, right? Is that autopilot or is that just being drunk?
Yeah, if you're drunk, that to me, that's a separate thing.
The kitchen sink and toilet, I mean, that is just...
What? How out of it are you?
Do you normally pee in the sink?
And what was on your mind?
Mm-hmm.
Are you?
I think that's it. You're just thinking about something else. You're thinking about relationships, typically. Something like that, how you're going to handle a conversation. And you're going through stuff that is monotonous that you've done tons of other times, like heating up food in the microwave. Somebody texted in and said, yeah, before my coffee early in the morning, I wasn't paying attention. I put dish soap into the dishwasher. And when I came out of the shower, my apartment turned into a foam rave.
I saw one of my friends just moved into a new place, and his boyfriend did that, and there's foam everywhere.
Yeah.
At that point, just turn into a foam party. It's already happened.
Turn on the music and start dancing.
Start raving.
People saying I put my coffee out to brew without a cup underneath it. Coffee's everywhere.
Oh, I could do that. Totally.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
All right, you guys are making me feel so much better.
Yeah, a lot of people do that. Somebody said my husband was cleaning fish yesterday. I went in to get him a bowl, and I came out with the lid and not the bowl. And he's like, what am I supposed to do with that? That's the kind of stuff that goes on. Yeah, so you're not alone if you've done that. Got one you want to share? You can. Jaybird, people are talking about that, where they pay for their gas and then drive off without actually putting gas in the car.
You feel dumb.
Mm-hmm.
You do.
Yep, so there you go. So if you've done that, you're not alone. Share yours, 877-979-WRMF.
Ow! There's a lot of dumbass criminals to talk about, baby. It's the whacked out news. People breaking the law. Ha ha, fighting in the nude. Ha, drunk people pooping in the street. Ha ha, it's the whacked out news. Huh. So many people on meth. Ow!
Crazy video goes along with this story of this woman who drove onto a sidewalk in Miami Beach. She hits a store, almost hit a homeless woman, and then just tries to casually walk away.
No one saw her.
How crazy is... Oh, yeah, they got video, they got everything. We got audio.
Wow, this is like crazy. That lady right here, she could have died right here, this woman. Don't put your backpack on, man. You almost killed that homeless lady. I had to jump out of the way. The girl literally slammed right all the way down the street, dragged a tree down the road. I don't think I'll ever have a time in my life where I'll be able to take video from a cop car IDing a suspect without also being arrested in handcuffs. It's like once in a lifetime.
Yeah.
Was someone interviewing Virginia?
The girl was hot, too.
Was she?
She was hot, and she called an Uber and tried to leave the scene.
Wow.
I mean, she had to have been on something, right?
Had to have been.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a lot of very interesting things going on with videos as well. There is a judge in Michigan that reminded people that just because they're having court appearances over Zoom, there's still a dress code after a guy charged with failure to pay child support made his appearance without a shirt.
There's so many of these stories out this week and people blowing it on the Zoom calls.
Yeah. There's a plastic surgeon in California that showed up for a Zoom traffic court appearance while he was in the middle of operating on a patient.
Okay, that is ridiculous.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's like, oh, I'm fine. I can concentrate.
Hello? Are you available for trial? It kind of looks like you're in an operating room right now.
I am, sir. I'm in the operating room. Yes, I'm available for trial. Go right ahead.
So unless I'm mistaken, I'm seeing a defendant that's in the middle of an operating room appearing to be actively engaged in providing services to a patient.
I have another surgeon right here who's doing the surgery with me, so I can stand here and allow them to do the surgery also.
Not at all. I don't think that's appropriate. I think I'm going to come up with a different date.
Good for you, Judge.
The judge is right.
And whoever the plastic surgery board is that governs needs to give him a citation for that.
I think he'll get in trouble for what he did. I think it's going to turn a lot of people off.
He's being a douche.
Mm-hmm.
You have a court date. You need to just focus on your court. It's only a Zoom call. I can't imagine it's going to go on for that long. He's a douche.
A lot of people are doing it wrong. We're not adjusting well to these videos all over the place. Here's an official got caught on a hot mic calling people a-holes.
It's this microphone. Oh, we got a hot mic here. Hot mic. Oh my gosh. You weren't in Tizzy last time? I thought I was. So, if this wasn't here, if this wasn't blocking me between us and the audience last time.
You know what? I'm going to sit closer, because if I hit it this time, we're not doing that.
Oh, okay.
Jeez, man.
Wow. How about that? Crazy
Hot
stuff.
Hot mics are a very scary thing.
Hot mics.
We're going to get burned on it, Virginia, me and you.
Oh, definitely.
I already got burned once.
The end is near.
Well, in other parts of the world, their lockdowns are a little bit more serious than ours, like in the UK. Police there just busted a crack house when the lines of customers outside got so long they started drawing attention. And they're supposed to be in a lockdown, so they're like, what's that big line for? Just coming out of a house. There's a guy in Pennsylvania got into a high-speed chase while he and his kids in the car were pulling a U-Haul trailer. Okay, might want to hitch that before you wind up getting a high-speed chase. Some guy in Virginia got arrested for 2 DUIs in less than 9 hours. It's pretty impressive.
At that point, should they even let you out of jail?
I think after a while, yeah, you can get thrown in for 10 days and do extended time if you keep getting thrown in.
You're a man that knows about the law. You always see that stuff sometimes when someone's acting up in court and they say something to the judge and the judge gives them more and go, one more word out of you and you're going to get 10 days in county.
Yeah.
And then sometimes they keep on saying that. Does the judge have the right to give you any amount of time if you're being disrespectful in court?
I don't know about any amount of time. They can't give you 5 years or 10 years, but yeah, they can get you for contempt.
Because the one guy kept on adding, goes, that's another 10 days. That's another month. That's another blah, blah,
They
blah.
can do that, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Up to how long, I wonder.
Yeah, I don't think like your first outburst would be like going, life in prison.
No, not that.
Wait, what?
But if you keep on pushing.
Put him in the hole.
Yes, they can do that. Yes, in increments of time. There's a guy in Pennsylvania who reported his car stolen a few weeks ago. But the cops suspected that he'd set the car on fire himself, and they found a search in his phone's history for, quote, how to set your car on fire and make it look like an accident.
Oh, my gosh.
Dummy.
Lock him right up.
Yeah, they got him for arson on that. There's a guy in South Carolina who tried to rob a bank last week by putting a note in the pneumatic tube at the drive-thru. The cops came while he was still waiting for the money to come through the tube, and he got arrested on several charges.
Talk about a lazy bank robber.
It really is.
March your ass in there the old-fashioned way and do it right.
Put in the work.
Put in the
These
work.
millennial bank robbers.
Generation Z.
Gen Z bank robbers.
2 guys in Georgia went and bought 10 Happy Meals to get the Pokemon toys inside. And then they threw the food on the floor, pulled out shotguns on the employees then who confronted them
Oh, my.
about doing it.
That's not very happy.
It's not happy at all.
It's not the McDonald's way.
What is that? You just wanted Pokemon toys, you throw down the food on the floor and then whip out some shotguns?
They need to be eating angry meals.
Yeah, they're right.
These guys are like banditos. They just wanted Pokemon? That's weird.
Yeah, that's an odd story.
There might be something else that going on there. Yeah, I'll tell you what that sounds like. That sounds like something you'd see in a Breaking Bad, where through the Happy Meals there's some kind of cocaine deal going on.
Oh, yeah.
And then they went to go get the Happy Meals and the cocaine. The product wasn't there. That's why they got mad.
They've had that where they've had fast food workers that have some kind of racket where if you order a certain thing, they were passing drugs through the drive-thrus.
We did a whole segment on it. Here locally, if you can go to certain fast food places, say a word on, during your order, and they know you're there to buy drugs. So you know.
Dang.
Crazy, huh?
Which drive-thru's got that? I'm all about convenience.
Right. Delta passenger who hit a flight attendant during an argument over a face mask, now looking at a $27,500 fine.
Dang.
Good for him. Yeah, good for him. That's an interesting little crime here. A team of divers in Argentina stole 185 gallons of beer that had been left on the ocean floor to age by 3 different breweries.
That's weird.
Yeah, I guess that was going to be their gimmick. Aged on the bottom of the ocean floor, and somebody else got wind of it and said,
hey, there's kegs down there. Let's go.
There's not a lock on the ocean. A guy in India was killed when he put a knife on a rooster's leg for an illegal cockfight, and the rooster slashed him in the groin trying to get away.
Good for the rooster.
Gosh.
Fight back.
Guy died from blood loss. Yeah, you got that big artery right down there.
The rooster took him out.
Yeah, rooster killed him.
Score 1 for the rooster.
Yeah, you
Look,
get that
man.
one artery that you got down there.
It's about survival.
Mm-hmm. There's an interesting thing that this genealogy site, MyHeritage, they're offering a new service where they'll animate photos of your dead relatives or anyone else using deepfake technology. And it's free if you want to try it, but they say some people are getting freaked out by doing it.
I've seen a lot of this stuff now. Every time I go on Facebook, they've got that one advertisement on where people are opening up that painting of their dead relatives. Let's say Virginia had a loved one that passed and they weren't able to meet Rocco. In the painting, it's your dead relative and Rocco.
With Rocco.
And all these people are crying in the commercial. And I'm just wondering, is this fake? Are they really crying, or is this to drum up emotion?
I don't know. They kind of look fake to me, too.
Some of them look fake to me.
But it is kind of cool. Like, if you had a parent pass away when you were young, and then now you're a mother, I can see where that would be pretty emotional. A picture of your kid in your, dead mom's arms. That's pretty powerful.
Well, I mean, imagine if you had a very meaningful letter from a past loved one, and they could do the deep fake to have them reading that letter to you.
Oh, my gosh, yeah.
And you play that video whenever you wanted a good cry.
But is the deep fake going to look kind of like how the deep fakes are in the movies, where it's slightly off? It looks like
Kinda
my
like
dad,
them,
but my dad's mustache is a little
How do they get the voice right? Yeah. It's a good question. So interesting stuff. People letting us know what is going on with that story with the 2 guys who went into the McDonald's, got a whole bunch of Happy Meals, took out the Pokemon prizes, threw the food on the floor, and then when they confronted about it, they whipped out shotguns. There is apparently a Pokemon promotion that is going on with McDonald's, and it's so popular. People are buying up to 70 meals at a time because the cards they have in the Happy Meals are highly collectible. In fact, there's a Pikachu card in the Happy Meal that's worth over $500.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, I mean, that Pokemon stuff still plays. People are always talking about Pokemon in the toy world.
Yeah, and McDonald's finally had to set an order limit on some of those because they're having... Apparently, their employees don't like to have guns pulled on them.
The fast food.
Wusses.
Denny's always does that with the fast food deals. There's a lot of video game stuff you can do through fast food stuff.
Yeah.
And he takes advantage of that. But I don't know. A lot of times I think the employees don't like dealing with it because they're not clued in on the contest, and then someone's asked them about it. They're trying to,
It's confusing.
It gets confusing.
Yeah. How about that, though? Smart promotion on their part, obviously, is bring the people in.
Yeah.
I remember when they did the Monopoly games, man. I used to love that one.
It was one of the funnest things of my childhood. My dad did it back. The first, not the one that got scammed. I think the first one was legit. Man, every Saturday we would go through trash bags at McDonald's looking for the pieces, and I loved it.
Mm-hmm. You were dumpster diving at McDonald's?
Oh, my whole childhood I dumpster dove.
Well, there's something else where there's a contest to win some serious money if you can prove that you have a superpower. I don't know what they would qualify as a superpower. You see the X-Men stuff, Umbrella Academy. There's a lot of sci-fi shows that try to focus on just regular people seemingly who have supernatural abilities. Even the Harry Potter, for some respect, was that. Everybody loves that fantasy, and so they're going to capitalize on it, saying, okay, are there humans that actually do have superpowers?
There was a story on Unsolved Mysteries about this guy, and he got arrested, and he claimed that he could make it rain. Literally have rain come down. He was in the cell, and they had police on the special going, we have no idea how it was raining in his cell.
But
he
was
making it rain in his cell.
Is that real?
I don't know. It was on Unsolved Mysteries, so it has to be, right?
It's pretty amazing.
That would be so amazing. But that's the kind of thing that I have to see in person, because I'm not going to believe any kind of TV trickery.
Especially, I think it happened in 1981. It seems like a lot of trickery.
81, that's a lot of lies happened. Remember, the Statue of Liberty disappeared because that David Copperfield did that trick back in the day?
I mean, we were all stunned when we found the statue.
$250,000 is what you can win if you can prove you have superpowers. My first couple of questions would be, what about people that may have some psychic abilities? Does that count as any kind of superpower? If they're able to answer some questions about you with a pretty good degree of accuracy, would you call that a superpower? Would you give them $250,000?
If they could be very accurate with the stuff they're predicting, they have to go above and beyond to get the $250,000, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. I've seen that guy that's the human calculator. He can beat a calculator with massively complex math problems.
That's impressive.
You're typing in 10-digit numbers, and he will give you the answer faster in a calculator. Is that a superpower?
You talk
I
about
think that is.
I think it is. I think it's a bit of a superpower. We always talk about savants. The one dude got hit in the head by some lumber, and all of a sudden he could look at any animal and sculpt it out of clay. And when he's done, it looks just like the animal, and it's in under an hour he can sculpt it. He never could do that before.
Yeah.
Until after you got hit in the head. I think that's a superpower.
Well, he was given an artistic ability.
That's a bit of you could look at something, make it look identical in the amount of time he can do it, and he never could do it before.
It's unique, but is it a superpower?
Damn, Kevin said you don't make the cut.
He's really...
If I were on the board, I'd be like, no, he has an artistic ability.
Sorry, there's the door.
Yeah.
I mean, really? Like going in on me.
No, not accepting that one. It's $250,000.
That's a lot of cake.
You can do more than a
psychic stuff. I mean,
well, if a psychic does it, sometimes a psychic, when they're reading you and they're doing a good job, you feel like they're a mind reader.
Right.
And a mind reader is definitely a superpower.
Thank you, Virginia.
I got the question, Kevin.
Yeah. You understand what they're looking for
I'm good
here.
at sculpting.
No, it's not good at sculpting. The best in the world. Just phenomenal.
That's subjective.
Yeah, there's an art contest down the street.
Whatever. Y'all.
Take that act to the Norton.
Yeah.
This guy's good. Any animal, Virginia.
Yeah, any animal.
Down to the vein.
It's not a superpower.
Down to the vein.
What if you can tell people who are always high?
That's a superpower. I feel like my sniffer has a bit of a superpower.
You do have a gift. And that would be my question too. What's the difference between a gift and a superpower?
Well, I mean, me with my palate and my sniffer, how's that any different than the psychic stuff? That's a gift from a certain point of view that they have.
Mind reading's more cool than you have a good nose.
Bro, I could smell a McDonald's or a Burger King from miles away and tell you exactly what burger they're cooking. Superpower.
I'm sure they're getting all these kind of entries, people arguing that I deserve $250,000 because if you fart from a mile away, I can smell it.
It's going to be tough, but people like you need to be weeded out to get to the real superpower.
Well, then we're not going to have anybody in it because people don't really have superpowers.
Well, I think that's why they put that amount on it. What about the guy that if you could show me that you could make it rain inside of a jail cell, Virginia, I'm on the board. I'm giving them $250,000, wouldn't you?
I would.
That's a superpower.
If I'm there and I see it with my own two eyes, and I go up in the ceiling and I make sure they don't got no trickery.
Right. And you take them to different locations. Be like,
Right.
I pick the room, the place, whatever, and I've set it up that I know exactly what's in these walls and ceilings.
Make it rain at Tijuana Flats or Tijuana Flats.
Yeah.
What about-
Make it rain at Shoney's. Like, bring them all over.
What about the dude, I think it's Gary the farter? He can fart on command for long periods of time. I think he do songs. Is he just talented, or is that a super?
You got a gift, and you could argue to your friends, look, I got a superpower.
So he's gifted, he doesn't have a superpower.
And that's what the difference is. Yeah, somebody that can smell well, somebody that can do amazing math. You've got people that can work out problems that are very complex in their mind. They have a gift. Do they have a superpower?
So the math guy, you're taking away superpower status and just giving him the gift.
Yeah, the guy who makes a great animal sculptor. You got a gift.
Dang, that guy's got a beautiful story,
The
man.
two of them can go leave and hang out and have lunch together. They're not in the contest.
Yeah, I'll send you the link of the savant that does the sculpting. He'll change your tune.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right. Does anybody actually think they do? What would be an example of a superpower? Who could actually apply and maybe even have a shot at $250,000?
I mean, Virginia's our best bet. She's a damn witch.
Oh, yeah.
I'll put a
with
spell
powers.
on you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Rachel Lee said there was actually a series on History Channel with Stan Lee when he was live hosting it, talking about how people have superpowers and what they might be.
What about the kid that cried blood? I think he was doing something holy, and every time there would be like a spiritual, he'd cry blood.
There was something about that. Yeah, there was. I think there was a transference of a blood vessel in his eye, and they did a breakdown on it. I've seen some stuff like that. There are odd physical anomalies, and so you've got different categories here: superpower, gifts, and then I think, to me, physical anomalies.
The dude that was making it rain in the cell, that's a superpower.
That's the only example I've heard right now where I'm coughing up my $250,000.
If it's real.
Yes, if you could prove that you really could make it rain indoors, that's pretty amazing.
I'll send you the link. You'd be this is cider.
I won't believe it until I see it with my own two eyes.
But you'll hear the accounts. You may get a better. I'll just drop that, actually.
Where is that guy today?
I know.
I feel like if he was out and about doing that, that would be amazing.
During the time of TikTok and Instagram, if I was that
Yes.
dude, I'd be like, look, guys, I'm making it rain here in Egypt.
That guy would kill on TikTok.
He'd kill on TikTok.
See how viral that would go?
Yeah, so that makes me think that he was lying. But everyone's lying about that?
I don't know, Bird. A lot of people lie.
Somebody said, I've got a superpower. I can fall asleep anywhere, anytime. Just psh.
Is that an ability or a superpower?
That's a gift.
Yeah, that's a gift from God to have no trouble sleeping.
Okay, I can predict the weather from my bones because I've got some injuries. Superpower or ability?
Every old person can do that.
Nah, I can tell storms from 2 days out, Virginia.
You can.
Old people always say, oh, I know it's going to rain because I feel it in my arthritic knee.
Give me the day and time that it will start raining where we are right now.
Okay, today is March 1st.
Yeah.
It's going to, so I need location. Where do you want? You want West Palm Beach?
He said right here.
All right,
Are you listening?
I'm just making
Your
sure.
superpower needs to be listening
Dog,
better.
You need it. Yours needs to be just be cooler.
Wow.
I want to make sure I got it accurately. All right, here we go.
Make him explain it twice.
It's going to be Thursday, the afternoon,
Yeah.
and it's going to be roughly between 1 and 1:15 p.
Okay. Got to mark that down. Thursday between 1 and 1:15
When we're not here to see.
at the address of our radio station.
Look, dog, all I can say is my bones don't lie. And do you want me to lie about the weather?
I'll send a note to Randy, our program director, and I'll say, will you set a timer on your phone?
An alert.
Alert, yeah.
Yes.
So Thursday at 1, you look out your window and you tell us what is the weather and does Jaybird have an actual gift?
Okay, I love it.
We got to check the legitimacy of his bone.
My ankle's telling me Thursday, 1 p.
Okay.
And if it doesn't?
You guys can do whatever you want to me.
We can make it rain on him.
You can. Whatever that means to you, you can make it rain on me.
We get to take you out in public and make it rain on you.
I can make it rain rocks.
That's totally. You can make it rain with whatever you want.
Okay.
That's my punishment.
Okay, we'll make it rain on the bird. Coming up here in a couple of minutes, we're going to test out Denny's. Yes, he has a superpower. He showed it again on Friday with producer Denny's Knows When You're High. But Jaybird's got his own little game to try to see how much producer Denny's knows about weed. Real or fake strains. These are the names of the weed strains they have.
I tried to trick on Virginia. I tried.
When you need a laugh, you need our mobile app. Download it free. Just search 97.9 WRMF. Now back to the KVJ Show on 97.9 WRMF.
Okay. On Friday, Denny's, very successful again. He got everything right, and producer Denny's Knows When You're High. Will he get everything right here in this very tough quiz from Jaybird on real or fake weed strains?
I feel like I kind of hear a tone in Ralston's voice. I don't know.
What is that tone?
That it's not a very tough list.
Oh, I couldn't even judge. I would miss all of them. I don't even know for sure, but I'm telling you, this is going to be something where even people like me who, because of legal complications, haven't jumped into it yet. I think a lot more people are. I saw that Virginia's joined the list of 15 other states that are legalizing marijuana. And the interesting thing about Virginia doing it is they're hailing the fact that this really is the first southern state where you're talking Bible Belt now is starting to accept recreational marijuana. And they say if that starts to go, you might see dominoes falling throughout the South.
Well, have you ever smoked a big joint and then read the Bible? Wow.
Have you?
Yeah.
That's how you get revelations. Just kidding.
Yeah. Bad trip. Okay, here we go. We're going to test Danny's here on some of these real or fake weed strains. He's just got to know the difference.
All right. Typically, Bird's a little more clever than the actual weed namers, you know?
That's it. So if it's a funny or clever name, it's Bird. If it's not, maybe Bird's missed his calling. He needs to start naming weed strains.
Look, I'd like to take a meeting.
Yeah. This might be your gift, your superpower. Okay, what about this? Real or fake? The Bichronic Man.
Bichronic Man.
Uh-huh.
That's got to be Bird, right?
It's got to be Bird. You say that one is fake. You're correct.
All right. Oh, that's what I'm saying. It's so clever.
It's so clever.
Be a weed one. I don't know how that's done.
I think you're better at naming weed strains than all these people out in California.
Do go on.
Well, tell me more about how I'm awesome.
Yeah, because I'm used to not hearing that from this side of the table.
How about Plushberry?
Plushberry. That sounds real.
Yeah, that is.
Gosh, he's so good.
He is good.
He is really good.
Okay, what about the Stinkweed Woo-Ha? Is that real or fake?
The Stinkweed Woo-Ha.
The Stinkweed Woo-Ha.
I'm going to go real just because Bird's usually more clever.
Got you all in check.
That one's kind of weird.
He's not that clever.
What a weird name. I was thinking because they do name them weird things. That wasn't a play on words.
I was trying to mix it up a bit.
Look at you.
Bird got you.
Stinkweed Woo-Ha.
You had birded.
I did.
Okay, what about this? Is this a real or fake weed strain? Mind your own canna business.
It's got to be Bird.
Yeah.
I'm going to say.
How about Canatonic?
That one's real.
Oh, okay, yeah, it is.
That one is, I think, famous because it is high CBD.
Wow. Somebody's just showing
Now
off.
I'm showing off.
Yeah.
Let's see. That's not
He's
it.
so cocky.
It is.
How about Blaze Anatomy?
Oh, I mean, it's got to be fake, right? That's got to be Bird.
That is Bird.
It's a great name.
Just that's such a great name.
Blaze Anatomy?
I mean, that's a fantastic name.
Dang. Okay, what about Lamb's Bread?
That one's got to be real. That's too weird for Bird to have come up with. Lamb's bread.
Wait, you're saying too weird?
Yeah.
I know, Stinkweed
This is
Woo-Ha.
a weird game. Lamb's Bread, yeah, that's real. Mm-hmm. What about Ashes Kushner?
That's got to be fake. It's got to be Bird.
That is Bird.
Kushner.
Too clever.
Too clever. Look at you.
What about Long Duck Bong?
That's got to be fake, right?
That's
Long
Bird.
Duck Bong.
I don't know, is it?
It smells like bird.
I was going to say,
You're
I've
right.
not come
if
across
they're
that.
if they're entertaining, dude, you're really missing your calling here. Just naming fake weed strains.
I gotta go. I can't do any kind of name thingies. You know them now.
Yeah, they're too clever. A lot of the wee guys aren't as clever.
Okay, pretty solid round. I think you only got you on one,
The
Denny.
Stinkweed Boo Hall, that was tough.
You got him. You did get him.
That could have fallen either
You
way.
did get him. All right, well, if you love food and food shows, the Food Network's got a dude named Guy Fieri. Is that how you say his name?
Yep, that's
okay.
it.
All right. He has this show called Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives.
Yes.
You heard of it?
Yes. And I just saw, did he open up a new restaurant in Gardens?
I don't know that he did.
Okay, I'm sorry.
We can look. Thanks for bringing the show to a grinding halt.
Yeah. Over the weekend, saw on social media that Guy Fieri is a Food Network star with the show Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives. Was in South Florida, started on Thursday. Saw some photos of him out on Lake Worth Beach, I think it was. People were snapping photos with him. And then he recorded a couple episodes of some different restaurants throughout Palm Beach County.
He does have a restaurant too, by the way, in Palm Beach Gardens off PJ Boulevard. I think it's newer. Virginia pulled up the menu.
I did. So I guess what they're saying is he is the latest chef that is doing this ghost kitchen thing.
Okay.
Where you have your own little pop-up within an already established place.
Okay.
Like, Chili's started doing with Wings Plus.
Okay.
Or Wings and More, or whatever it is.
Oh, it's like
like
Chuck E. Cheese
like
and
Chuck E. Cheese
Pasquale's?
and Pasquale's.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's Ghost Kitchen.
So I wonder what he's in. It's on PGA right there by Vic and Angelo's, you said, right?
It's either there or the one down the street from it in the restaurant section.
Interesting.
I think-
Flavortown is the name of his ghost kitchen concept.
Well, I was going to order it yesterday, and I had the food in my little basket.
Yeah.
And the veggie burger that I was going to order, because it had this crispy thing around it that looked really good. It sounded good. You couldn't get cheese on it. There was nowhere to add cheese, and that's
what?
just I can't hang with that.
I mean, you're a man with morals.
Exactly. If I'm going to order from a restaurant that's not going to give me cheese, what the hell am I doing
In
here?
good conscience, you can't do that. I hear you. Yeah, he popped by a couple different places for diners, drive-ins, and dives. I don't know when the episodes are going to be. They were just filming on Friday. He went to Cholo Soy Cocina on South Dixie Highway. That's the place I always tell you about where their shirts.
Yeah, you like that place.
I do. Their ceviche is absolutely amazing, and they usually have a couple good craft beers on tap there as well.
What's ceviche?
Ceviche is...
You would hate it.
Yeah, it's kind of a fresh fish, lime.
Seafood marinated in like a citrus, and the citrus
Yeah.
actually cooks the seafood. You don't have to cook it. Isn't it weird?
Yeah, I'm good.
But it's got like peppers and onions and all that in it too. It's like
You'd hate it.
it's like in a citrus broth.
It's not my
It's
that my
amazing.
yeah.
Yeah, Cholo Soy has very good, and they do tacos and things like that as well. But it's a cool little place if you've not checked it out. It's kind of in the antique district they have there.
Okay,
in
I
West
love
Palm
that
Beach.
area.
Yeah.
It's a very cute area.
Yeah, we've loved it for a while. Also, they went by the Butcher Shop, Beer Garden and Grill in West Palm Beach. Cool little place that you can check out. And then also Guy Fieri stopped by Culinary Cafe in Northern Palm Beach Gardens.
If you're a chef and you find out someone like a guy is walking in, a Fieri, are you all nervous? Probably.
I would think so, yeah. 'Cause
definitely.
that's kind of a make or break type thing. You know, you think about any of those restaurants that I just named, and they'll be able to put something on their wall with a photo of when he was there. And not only that, but imagine tourists coming to South Florida, which, we got spring break getting ready to kick off. People see that on TV and they're like, oh, let's check that out. I know we do that all the time. We're always finding restaurants and things like that, either from TV or TikTok or something along those lines, and then we want to go try it out ourselves. That's how the food world goes around.
I mean, that'd be like, Casey Kasem coming in here and you just watching you do radio and probably make you a little nervous.
Yeah, because he's dead.
Oh, yeah.
Damn.
I'd be really nervous.
Oh, man.
Zombie Casey Kasem.
Oh, my God. Casey Kasem's here.
In retrospect, I probably should have been with Howard Stern.
He actually lives on Palm Beach. It's actually more doable that he walks in here and tells us we suck.
He's already done that after the Rob Schneider interview.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, so that's kind of a big deal they had on social.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I'm fascinated by all these ghost kitchens.
Yeah,
before the pandemic, there was 300 of them that had popped up in South Florida. I don't know how many of them survived, but 300.
I don't know how I feel about them. I don't like the idea of ordering Pasquale's and then, or Pasquale's, whatever it's called, and they were giving me a Chuck E. Cheese pizza. I want a Pasquale's pizza.
Well, yeah, and I wonder after a while people are starting to know and to learn. And is the pizza exactly identical to what they do in Chuck E. Cheese?
Great question.
Is it good? Is it worthy?
Now, if you order Pasquale's and it is different than Chuck E. Cheese, I got much love for you. Just don't tell me it's Pasquale's when it's really a Chuck E. Cheese. That's pizza lies. We can't stand for that.
I would imagine if you're doing a ghost kitchen, what would be smart? You're using the space, but you're taking some new liberties with the food itself. Don't serve the exact same stuff under a different name.
That's what I think. Like, it looks like Guy Fieri's stuff has all of his own packaging.
Yeah.
Because it's got his face on it. So maybe it's his whole menu. Well, the address says it's at the Gardens Mall.
Okay. It's probably under the same concept as food trucks, where you don't want to pay all that money in rent and for all these things that you don't need. There's so much more efficiency in a food truck or a ghost kitchen where I just need a little bit of space, some fridge room, and the amount of orders we're going to be doing doesn't warrant me buying a whole place and tricking it out. And especially now with so many people doing carry out and delivery, that why would I have a space that's going to sit open because of COVID restrictions and who knows for how long?
So I wonder which space he's in at the Gardens Mall. Did he take over maybe one of the little restaurants in the food court that closed, or is he working out of an existing kitchen? I'm fascinated.
I know that food court very well.
I know you do. You've done your finest work there.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. I wonder too with some of these malls, Gardens in particular, what do they start doing to, make still things happen? Because some of these malls suffer in foot traffic.
Fat Kevin, if I may bend your ear for a second, were you very excited going to a food court as a kid? With all those options, possibly mixing and matching with a chicken place with some fries, and a pizza?
Yeah.
Would that get you going?
We didn't have a mall really until I was in junior high. And that was next town over. But yeah, when we would go there, it was a lot of fun. On Fridays, we'd walk the mall and go into the food court. They had, what I loved was those cinnamon rolls.
Oh, Cinnabon.
I can smell them right now.
Yeah, those would make me excited.
I could just eat buckets of
those
that
were a
goo.
lot of fun.
You can't walk past one of those Cinnabons without going, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I need it.
They're
That
amazing.
place, and then the Aunt Annie's with the pretzels.
Auntie Annie's,
Those know how to
pretzels
get you
are
going,
good too.
too.
Yeah.
And then you eat them and they're not as good. The pretzels are not as good as they smell. The Cinnabon is.
The witch is 110% right on that. The Annie's is never as good.
It tastes weird and chemical-y.
It does. It's a little chewy sometimes.
I don't like that butter.
Cinnabon knocks out of the park, though.
They got that wab, weak-ass butter.
They do have the wab.
You're talking about those ghost kitchens. They say that not only is that one of the big changes for restaurants during the pandemic, but the fast food efficiency, they say, has skyrocketed. A lot faster than it's ever been. Smart menu boards, automated ordering, payment processes, plus facial recognition-driven payments is where they're going.
Wow.
McDonald's, Burger King, all over it. And they're even talking about using artificial intelligence to help take your order and to make it faster and more efficient. And they even have a thing now. You have to opt in for it, but you could share your license plate number, and when you go through the drive-thru, it would put in an automatic order for you based on your license plate if you wanted that.
My only knock, and I think that's all great stuff, my only knock is some of this stuff, especially with the fast food ordering on the app, they don't let you get specific with really customizing your sandwiches. So if you're ordering a quarter pounder.
Some apps do, but some don't do a good job.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm noticing in the fast food industry, if you wanted to add this and add that to a Whopper or a Big Mac, that's tough to do.
If they offered it at that restaurant, I would imagine this mode of ordering would be able to efficiently add all those add-ons that you typically like to get.
Yeah, man, there's some, even on, if you go to Uber Eats, there's some restaurants, when you go in there, it has, if you want extra cheese, extra patty, very specific, very detailed, then you click on another restaurant, and it's got nothing. You're not able to put any kind of alteration on there or modification whatsoever.
Okay.
It's a problem we're dealing with in the delivery community.
Do you want me to break down Guy Fieri's cheesecake for you? You're going to like this.
I would rather have you just make it.
Well, let me wet your whistle. Better. It's got cheesecake with salted potato chips on top, crushed pretzel pieces, and a hot fudge sauce dripping over the sides.
Can you say hot fudge sauce one more time, a little bit slower?
Hot fudge
sauce.
Sauce.
In a French accent.
A hot fudge sauce for you.
I love when you play my games.
So many. And they say there's another feature you could get too. Pop Pay will allow customers to pay via facial recognition.
Wow.
So you wouldn't even need a credit card, cash, nothing. You would just need your passed out drunk buddy in the back seat to use his face to buy everybody's food.
I wonder if you could do that.
Oh, totally. And I'm hanging out with that guy every weekend.
Did you miss a segment from the KVJ Show? Find it on kvjshow.com or soundcloud.com/KVJ Show.
Talking about that Guy Fieri, he's got the Food Network show that so many people check out, that diners, drives, and whatever it is. Mm-hmm. Dogs.
Diners, drive-ins, and
doors,
dogs.
Yeah.
Dishes.
Mm-hmm. People talking about his burgers that are so good. I guess they have those at Brio, if you want to check those out.
So I wonder if his place has got the burgers they're talking of.
I think he does. He's got multiple burgers on the menu. I was just looking at it.
I'm supposed to do a little investigation trip today.
Yeah, we're sending the bird in because he's our best bloodhound. He'll sniff it out and figure out what's going on. Is it a ghost kitchen? Is it a new pop-up in the food court? Or is it on one of those end cap kind of restaurants? You know, there's a few of those at the Gardens Mall.
There's something I'm very excited about. They have fried pickles. Fried pickle chips.
Okay.
And you know how I love fried pickle chips.
Get the fried pickle chips. Get that cheesecake. Get that burger. They got a veggie burger.
Oh, man. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
Perla said that Guy Fieri has a restaurant at Disney Spring. I don't know what the name of it is. I was just there a couple of weeks ago. But
well, if it's Food Town, that would make sense. Or Flavor Town.
Who would you rather be with for dinner? Emerald or Guy Fieri?
Who's Emerald?
Or whatever. Bam. Emerald. Is that better?
I pick Emerald just because he got most of his culinary skill and training New Orleans style. So, and he was like the first place where I ever had a really fancy 7-course meal and started to get into fine dining.
Okay.
Way back, like 1997.
So Emerald's the one that turned you into a food snob.
Yeah.
Okay.
He really did. I experienced something at his restaurant on Chapatoulas Street in New Orleans called the Degustation.
Okay.
Where they just keep bringing out entree after entree, and all the servers would serve you at the exact same time, everybody at the table, and it was really cool. And I was like, this is awesome. And there's wine pairing with each meal. What?
Imagine doing that 7-course thing, but it's not fancy food. It's all the stuff I like. You know, like more.
It'd be great for you.
It would be great. Yeah. Oh my God.
But we serve it on silver platters.
Yeah, it's fancy on that end.
Somebody said the problem with doing the show like the Guy Fieri is that a lot of times places are so crammed. Jamie said he ruined Whales Rib and Deerfield Beach for the regulars. Finally getting back to normal. And Kev, if you love that Cholo Soy, it's probably going to be packed. You probably won't be able to get in there. It is tiny too. So somebody had said that he had asked to do La Tub in Hollywood and they turned him down. I wonder why. Beth had said that.
Le Tub?
Le Tub, yeah, which is a place that you can check out. It's on Ocean Drive in Hollywood.
Is that next to Le Shower?
Yes.
Next to Le Toilette?
Which you don't want to eat at Le Toilette.
No,
Terrible.
I'm
Just
not
the
gonna eat
food's
there.
just absolutely awful. There you go. All right, we got the After the Show podcast going to be coming up here. You can catch it live on Facebook and YouTube. Bird. Before we get to that, in just about 5 minutes, wrap us up with your thought for the day.
Time. Time is a created thing. To say I don't have time is like saying I don't want to.
Okay. Yeah.
Do you need more KVJ Show? Find everything KVJ at kvjshow.com.